Okay, good afternoon and welcome to 802 Scoop, 185 North Main Street in Barrie for Table Talk with myself and Jeff, as well as a couple of special guests in the studio today, Katie and TJ, who are here to tell us a little bit about kinship foster and the situation that you were suddenly in. And so I don't know anything about this at all, so it'll be good to learn from you. I've taken in a child before, but never in the way that you have, and definitely not as many. God bless you there, that's for sure. So we'll go right into it with you.
All right.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know who you are.
All right. Hi, I'm Katie. This is my husband, TJ.
Hello.
We're here, like she said, mainly to talk about our situation and the uniqueness of it. We have taken in his niece and 3 nephews, so a total of 4 children added to our household, which between the 2 of us already had 6.
Yeah.
So now we have 10 kids between the 2 of us, which sounds crazy, and we get a lot of mouths dropped.
Yeah. Just walking through the stores.
Yeah, walking through the store is like a daycare. It's like everyone grab a buddy. But it's, the real problem or the real thing that we want to bring awareness to as to why we even got in this situation is because of addiction and how that has impacted, bio mom's life and how it has affected these 4 kids' life and how it has rippled down and affected our life and all of that. So we're open to questions and anything, relating any information that we have as far as the process that it goes with and the court hearings that we have. And, some of these kids had never seen a dentist or a doctor. We've been filled with dentist appointments and doctor's appointments and running from here to Burlington, back to Barrie, back to Northfield, which is where we reside.
Now, so how does all of this happen? You told me when we started, but tell everybody how this all started.
Sure. So one day we were doing our normal routine.
Yeah, normal routine as usual.
Yep. And we were sitting on our couch and we had a moment of silence because if anyone who actually knows us, we have a baby together and it was finally nap time. And any parents that have a baby, nap time is bliss. And so we were sitting down enjoying a moment and then our phone rang and it was DCF. And we were like, hello? And they're like, hello. And they were talking to him. So they were like, hello, Mr. Jarvis. We just wanted to call to let you know that we are doing an investigation on your sister. And we were hoping that for the time being, you could take in 2 of the children because 2 of the children are in their teens and then 2 are under the age of 10. And so the 2 younger ones were deemed that the environment was deemed not safe due to cleanliness, any other attention, neglect, drug use, things like that. So they asked us if we could legally take the 2 younger ones and that the 2 older ones could have the choice for now, is what we got told. And of course, we obviously said yes, we'll do everything we got to do. We fixed up a space for them in our 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, not big.
Not big, but it's what we've got. And, I've been in and out of foster care as a kid, so I didn't want them to go through that with everything that they've already been through.
Mm-hmm. So understandable, for sure.
They told us that the next day, which was a Friday, that they were going to go up there and try once again to make contact with his sister And at that point, we were going to be leaving with the kids. So they wanted us there to support her. Because obviously that, as a mother, I can only imagine, losing your kids is everyone's like worst nightmare,
Right.
And so they wanted us there to, help transition the kids and to help support his sister and to kind of be a median,
Calm it
I
down a
guess.
little
Yeah,
bit.
to kind of help calm things down. And that, it surprisingly went really well to a certain, I got the
Didn't
kids.
go the greatest.
I got the
but
kids. It went fine with that.
Uh-huh. Yep.
He dealt with his sister. And you can
Yeah.
kind of talk about that.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest experience. She was obviously really upset. It was really hard to calm her down. I had to hold her, to keep her staying still. I think she kind of wanted to run, it felt like to me. And in a way, she was kind of being aggressive, I guess. She was kind of throwing things in her house and smashing stuff. But I held her still until DCF got there officially to talk to her and stuff, and when she calmed down. And at that point, they took her outside, and I went outside with her and the kids as well, so we can all talk to them. They had their conversation with my sister, which I don't know what they said to her, but that's the point my sister realized that the two young ones are coming with us.
Yeah.
And they gave the older boys a choice, and the 14-year-old, he wanted to stay with mom. The 17-year-old, he said he felt like his life was still in danger. He needed to leave. So the 17-year-old decided to come with us, also to be with his younger siblings. That's also a big thing about it. He didn't want them to be alone at a new house.
Right.
So
And this 17-year-old has played daddy for the last
Yeah.
6 years because dad is,
Not in the picture.
Not in the picture.
Hasn't been for a minute, so.
and
Yeah.
so this guy has, my heart just breaks for him.
And he
because
does a
at
lot of
17
cleaning,
years
watching
old.
his kids, you know.
That's a huge load for a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And when they got evicted from their last apartment, they knew that they were having to leave. And this, at the time, I think he was 16.
Yeah.
And the only thing that he grabbed was his Medicaid card and his brother's Medicaid card because he knew mom was going to lose it. And he knew that he needed it at some point and that it was important.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
my mom heart breaks so much for him because I'm like, dude, this
Yeah.
isn't your job.
Yeah.
This isn't your job. These are not your kids. And all of that responsibility was left onto him because he was the oldest.
Yeah, it made him grow up really fast.
Yeah.
Like, he had no
And-
choice.
And the fact that this poor kid, he has his own disabilities. He has Asperger's and autism as it is. And so,
And then you have to be concerned at the stress and the trauma and the level of it, and worried about addiction with him, or the
Oh, yeah.
possibility of looking for an out in it all.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, which was a huge thing a couple of years ago. The older boys would, mom would supply at least marijuana to them and tobacco.
Yep.
So that was a thing. So when they came to our house, we obviously told them we
can't
have
happen.
rules. It can't happen. And they've been doing really well. They eat through lollipops. But I said, you know what? That's fine. You can brush your teeth. Eat lollipops.
Yeah.
Because
Better
I
than the
know.
alternative.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative, and I can only imagine what it's like to quit smoking. Especially going through what you're going through. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when I got divorced, I went right to smoking, and that's the only thing that seemed to help, just take away the thoughts, I guess, or the stress, it helped. And so the fact that these boys had already been doing it, and then had to abruptly stop coming to my house, when they came to my house, they're doing really, really well with it.
And you and I first connected when all of this was kind of all unfolding immediately.
Yeah.
The kids had only been with you for a few days, the younger ones.
Yep.
And then you had gone to court,
Yep.
and the court said you need to have all of them, all 4 kids.
Yeah.
But that didn't sit well with one of them.
Yeah.
Right. So, what had happened and how that all planned out was because there are so many people in this team, right, that are trying to help not only the kids, but the mom, right? The mom is the one that needs help. And so all these people are trying to help her, but obviously, like, being so far into her addiction, she just sees it as people attacking her. And so when they told her, like, they went in and they took pictures of her house to share with everybody else, like the guardian ad litem and the judges and DCF and all these team members that are on this team. And they decided that, nope, it's not sanitary, it's not safe for even the 14-year-old that had decided to stay. So that court hearing was on a Friday, and we went up and we had to drop off the court hearing at the younger one's school, and then we had to go to the 14-year-old school because he is in a alternative school. So we went up there and we dropped that off, and when he saw us, he must have known what was going to happen, because he then told his teacher that he was going to take off. And so his teacher was able to keep him there up until like 5 minutes before the end of school. And we got there and he had taken off 5 minutes before we got there. And then we couldn't find him. And it was a huge, big thing. And we posted a picture of him on Facebook, and we said, okay, we need everybody to hunker down and find this child. He's 14 years old. These are the places that he might be. These are the people that he might contact. And he was scared. Yeah, I mean, you think about, like, I remember when I got taken from my mom and had to be put, I mean, luckily they know us and we're family, but I got put into a stranger's home. Yeah. And I know all the thoughts that ran through my head. So, I mean, this poor guy has loyalty to his mom and love and all of that for his mom. And now they're taking him away from his mom. And so, like, he's scared and he's angry. And he was already an angry kid from all the crap that he's been through.
Yeah, when we went to that school, we went in, we were at the office, and I remember looking to the left, and he was just all of a sudden standing right there. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he made eye contact with me, and you could see in his eyes. He stopped walking, and I kind of waved. He didn't really do much, and then I started walking towards him. That's when he started backing up.
Yeah.
He knew at that point what was happening, and he wasn't okay with it. So, you know, he got mad. He threw some stuff, went outside, and the teacher went out there and talked to him because it wasn't a good time for me to be right there. He had to go through some stuff, and it wasn't time to pick him up from school yet anyways.
Right.
And like she said, when they tried to keep him there, when we came back, he left 5 minutes prior before we got there, and we had no idea where he was. We had other kids still to pick up from school, so we had to do what we had to do as well.
Yeah.
So we tried to have mom help us, but at that point we didn't know the mom was against us, not trying to be found him. So
yeah, mom was sitting there saying, oh, I'm looking for him, and we're like using our gas to drive all over. We didn't know where they would hang out.
Yeah, we went right to the cops immediately. That's the first thing you should do anyways. So.
And so we were just like, the only thing we could do was just post it on Facebook and hope that someone saw him. Right, because mom's friends are not, we don't know mom's friends, you know? And so we're like, we don't know where he could be. And thankfully, thank gosh, 2 people reached out and messaged us and we're like, we know where he is. And they told us, and he went right there. And it was 9 o'clock at night when we got him. And but found out that mom knew right where he was. Mom went to him and saw him and then left, all while texting us saying, I'm still looking.
Yeah.
Now, so how are things now? Is he and the other kids settling
They're
in?
adapting well. I think they're all finding new hobbies. The 14-year-old, he's a big fisherman.
Yes.
He has done a lot of fishing at the house. We have some broken pools. He's kind of put back together, fixed them up, and he's into that. He's also at his school. He works on bicycles and stuff, and motorcycles, and he's been working on a bicycle for himself up there. He finally got to take that home. So he's super excited about that, but he ended up breaking his knuckle.
Yeah,
so he
got mad.
He got mad and
punched
he punched
the
a
table.
picnic table.
Table 1.
So you can't really do that, but so he's kind of waiting for that to heal up so he can really use his hand a little more now.
But other than that, they've all adjusted really well. They all pretty much, I mean, obviously space is a little tight. You kind of run into people if more than one person's going through at a time, but they all the kids play really well together. I think the older one, he's getting really excited because he's going to be starting Youth Build.
Yep, which is in Barrie.
That's a good program.
Yeah, he actually started it.
It was a nice program.
so we've been in touch with Jesse and getting the oldest one in there, and he's super psyched about that. And we've gotten, I mean, thank you to the people that have donated, you know,
Yeah, for
clothes,
sure.
because they came with the dirty clothes that were on their back.
Yeah, they didn't
That's
come
what
with
they came
anything.
with.
No blankets, no
No
nothing.
blankets. They came with head lice. They came with no food, no backpacks, and Mom got food benefits for October, even though we got them the 26th of September. So we've gotten no food stamps for them, and we've pretty much had to obviously foot the bill for everything. And,
Yep.
Which,
Gas-
like you said, you do it.
We would
because you
do it,
have to. That's what you find a way because that's what you have to do.
Right.
To make sure that they're safe, but that doesn't mean that it's easy.
Right.
But you do it anyway.
Yep.
Right. And so now it's just trying to, you know, I mean, DCF isn't great, you know, trying to help us temporarily until like the you know, McFarland building can straighten all of that out as far as food. But, and gas, because we're
Yep.
trying to get gas reimbursement, having to drive every day from Northfield to Berry City and back.
It's a lot of
There's, like, the
gas,
McKinney
and wear and
thing or
tear.
something. Yeah, and wear and tear. We just had to put a new tire on our van.
And we're still looking for winners now because
Yeah, and we're still
we only
looking
have our
for
summers
winners.
on.
We
So
need winter
Yeah.
tires.
Wheels for warmth.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
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 yeah, that's where the bus stop is. Our kids'
Yeah.
bus stop's there. So
Wheels,
Yeah.
Wheels for warmth. This Saturday, you have to go down there. We'll be down there, or I'll be down there. Are you going down? Did you decide to?
I've
You'll
got
be
that
away, right?
Soccer game to go.
Right.
to
You have
tomorrow.
that thing to go to. Right. That's right. But it's
yeah.
open. You should
Yeah.
check it out for sure.
But
Sure.
the younger one, when we first got them, the first thing that we did was get them a dentist appointment and a doctor's appointment, and we found out that the younger one was 20 pounds underweight for his age, and that he should be right around 50 to 60 pounds, and he was right around 35 or 40 pounds.
yeah, it was something like that.
And everybody got on the scale yesterday at the house because we did handprints on a poster, and we all wanted to see how much we weighed, and he is 52 pounds now in the
Great.
last month that we've had
Yeah.
him.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And
It was gaining what 5 was it? Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
the
she's-
other one gram was like 5.
she's gained about 5 pounds, which is good, so she's getting there. And the older two boys, they're getting there.
You know,
But
what does it do to the dynamic where you have your own kids and then is it just is there any kind of like mending fences between the like why are we doing this or now I get to share my space or I can imagine where all of a sudden you're saying okay move over a little bit because we're
Right.
gonna do
Yeah.
you know there's already 6 of us but we're gonna move 4 more and
Yeah.
how does that all work out?
It's kind of hard,
So-
I think.
I mean, I guess our kids that we have biologically have kind of dealt with that when we got together.
They went through it, yeah.
Yeah, so like when it was just me and my kids, my ex-husband had kicked me and the kids out of the house, and so we were homeless, and that's kind of how we found each other, is we were homeless together. And so when I moved them in, they had to realize that there was more kids in the house. So our kids are kind of used to that. And then obviously they all have siblings anyways, so sharing toys and things like that. But the boys all have a room, so they kind of knew that when the youngest boy came, my youngest boy and the youngest foster boy are like, they're 5 and 6. So they're like perfect age. So
Yeah.
they're always together.
Yeah.
So sleeping, that was fine. They were like,
they're
it's a
best
sleepover
friends.
every night.
Yeah.
And the 2 girls have the girls' room, and which again was
Can't separate them at all.
Yeah, it was like a sleepover.
Yep.
And then the oldest ones, they kind of camp out in the living room at this point.
Yeah.
You know, they've kind of turned our living room into a bedroom.
They want the TV and the game systems at night, so they want to stay up late and have fun. So
Yep.
Yep.
And which is perfect because he has a teenage son, which is literally like 5 or 6 months older than
yeah,
the 14-year-old. So it kind of works out, honestly.
Yeah.
We just added them into the routine. It's just more driving to Barry
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
our
wow.
normal routine.
Right. So now what? Now what happens? You all live together. Is this? It's not a permanent thing. I think you called it conditional foster.
Right.
So now what?
So now, theoretically, okay, what should happen is mom should, like, we had a team meeting last week, which was to talk to BioMom, talk to us,
Yep.
and DCF, and a woman from Easter Seals, which, if anyone doesn't know what Easter Seals is, it's another program to help build families back together, to help transition, that sort of thing. It's like another support person, really.
Yeah.
And so we had a meeting, and BioMom was on the phone call for all of 5 minutes and got pissed off and hung up.
Yep.
So that phone call mainly turned into the support team and us. And in conclusion of that, we got a written schedule for visits and calls, because mom was calling at 8:30 at night when we're trying to get them in bed, and obviously we want them to have that time to be able to talk to her. But as soon as they
The
hang
little
up,
ones, yeah.
the little ones would scream and cry because they were upset. They wanted their mom, and they don't understand.
Yeah, they don't understand at all. They think
They're just
that-
mad. They think that we took them.
Yeah.
You know, but all day they're fine. So it's like opening a fresh wound almost, you know.
Yeah.
At bedtime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
at
asked to call
bedtime.
like around 6, you know.
Right.
Getting out of school and around 6 would be cool, and then after that, trying to keep it like, to a minimum, if anything, like at all.
Right. And we've asked her that multiple times, and we're like, you know, we've tried explaining, like, you know, this is doing more harm than good, I think, and, you know, your kids are really having a rough time right before bedtime. It's hard to go to sleep after, because you are all they're thinking about. And so we've asked her, like, call earlier, and the acknowledgement and respect just wasn't there, I think. So that's why we got it in writing. And so she's allowed to call every single day between 4 and 6. She's allowed to talk for those 2 hours if she wanted to. And she's allowed in-person visits at the public place that we chose twice a week. But she needs to text us before the day of and confirm that she's going to be there.
Right,
That way we don't waste our
otherwise-
gas, you know?
Right.
And so far that has not happened.
Well, and even outside of wasting your gas, getting the kids to a point where they think, oh, we're going to get to see mom, and then have her not show up.
Yeah, the little one
Right.
thinks he's going to go home every
That's
single time.
That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard, you know, because it's these kids flourish, you know, they have all these kids around, they have all these friends around now, and they're allowed to go and play and be a kid,
Yeah.
you know. And the first night we got them, the youngest boy, like, I made, I don't know, I think spaghetti
Spaghetti,
or
yeah,
something for
spaghetti.
dinner, and he looked at me, he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm cooking dinner. And he gave me he gave me the biggest hug, and he's like, thank you so much for cooking me dinner. And I literally stepped away because I was crying. I cried. And I was like, buddy, you don't ever have to thank me for cooking you dinner, because that's a right. I was like, dessert is a privilege, but dinner is a right. You have a right to eat. I was like, I'll cook you dinner every single night, buddy. And he just said, you're the best, Katie. And, you know, it's just every day after school, you know, we'll pick him up, and he's like, I missed you so much. And so the anger is all wrapped around mom.
The
and
situation.
The
Yeah.
situation, right? And the older boys, they know what's going on fully. And so at this point, it's gotten to the point where now the 14-year-old and the 17-year-old are really voicing their opinions about, why doesn't mom care? Why doesn't she love us enough to do what she needs to do to get us back? Does she not want us? Is this easier for her?
And that's the tough part. I mean, as somebody who has helped with addiction, not dealt with addiction personally, but in my family and been in this situation, it's hard because they do. The answer is they absolutely do. They just can't do it. They literally,
Right.
they think that they can, and they may even have a stretch where they do for a week or two, and they think, okay, I got this, but unless she gets help, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to be long-term help. And now this is going to be a long road and a long bridge to build back together. I mean, and that's, I mean, I know for myself, I spent a lot of years thinking that my son hated my guts, and it wasn't that he hated the situation, for sure, but he certainly didn't hate my guts. And I used to say that all the time. Why can't you just try for the family or the people that love you? And they don't know how. That's why.
Right.
They don't. It's not that they don't want to necessarily. It's just they really have no clue.
Right.
And they're not willing to get the help. Or they're not ready to get the help.
My grandfather, he goes to a church, and he had a lot of his people there with him, including his pastor. They were willing to help her get into a year program. I think it was like Adult Challenge in Harvard, I think it was called. And it was for a full year, but she had to stay there for the full year.
Yep.
And
they
at first,
had $1,000 saved up, I think.
yeah, at first she was going to do it at first, and then she backed out. Then I think it was DCF offered her Valley Vista for 14 days, and she turned that one down too. And that really made the older kids mad. They understood what that was. And at this point, the older boys, all of them have already been at my house longer than 14 days. So they are upset that she couldn't do the 14 days, even though they'd done more already.
Right.
So it really hurts them. Like, and a lot of the visitations, or the first phone calls we had, it was me reaching out to her.
Right. All of the phone calls.
And I would call multiple times just to get her on the phone one time, and then I'd finally plan a visit, and we'd go to visit, and then we'd wait there for 30, 45 minutes for her to be up to the time that she was actually supposed to be there, and the whole time, like, where is she? Where is she? And
then they're angry. You're bringing home the angry kid.
And are they supervised visits and usually a neutral site? Or,
So like the playground, and we'd have to be there.
Yeah.
But what's hard is like she gravitates more towards the 14-year-old. So like even on the phone calls and even in person, she'll gravitate towards him. Like she'll only talk to him.
It's pretty much a lot just him.
And the younger ones, you know, when we were at a playground, for instance, you know, they're like, "Mom, watch. You know, watch what I can do, or come push me or something." And she would eventually, like, I guess, kind of somewhat go over, but a lot of her time was spent with that one child that has that loyalty to her. And I think that's because, in a way, she used to use him as like kind of like her bodyguard for whatever her street life was. Unfortunately, like he has a lot of time that he missed from school because she wouldn't make him go because she needed him for whatever it may have been.
So in her mind, if she can turn him, he can help turn the others.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, the 6-year-old is saying this is DCF's fault. They took us away. And because that's what Mom would say. And Mom would, the first day that we got him, the girl was like, why are you taking us away? I went to school today.
Yeah, it's just like, it's not that, you know. It's like, hard to explain to him you can't, but it's not you not going to school.
Right. It's not safe for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, literally,
But
it's not safe.
Mom would sit here and say, you know, DCF is going to be here because you guys aren't going to school. But she would leave for 3 days and leave the 17-year-old in charge of 3 children to make sure that they got up and went to school when they had no clean clothes and no food in the house. And
insane.
I think that was the last straw too, because
the 6-year-old ended up at school and he wasn't even registered.
Yeah, and that was the last straw of it right there. It was not really a bring your friend to school day, but that's what the girl said. It was a bring your friend to school day, and she brought 2 extra kids. One being the youngest one who wasn't registered for school yet, not supposed to be there, and one I think being her
was
friend.
Like a neighbor, who was already in school, but they rode the bus together.
Yeah. So that was like one of the last
they couldn't
straws.
get a hold of Mom because Mom was sleeping.
And I remember hearing from the people up there that he was so hungry when they gave him a plate, he didn't use utensils. He just started grabbing the food and just chowing it right down. Like that's how hungry he was.
That is
sad.
And he was covered in dirt, and his clothes were looking bad.
We do have a picture we took. I don't know if you want to pass that to her so she can see it, but we did take homeschool school photos because school photos are expensive, and I don't have enough money to pay for 10 kids' school photos.
Yeah, that's a
You
lot.
want to see this, Raylene?
Do you want to see it? That way you can kind of comment on how the kids are looking so far. Just press the side button; it'll light up.
Oh, I think that's awesome.
Aren't they? So they're like glowing.
Yeah.
They are so happy.
Yeah.
And they have new clothes, and now they have new blankets. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It took long enough for.
Oh my
what
gosh.
were we waiting for? Pikachu?
Pikachu, yeah.
Yeah.
Got held up in customs.
Yep, that's the one that that got held up and took forever to get it. But we have it here now.
Because
so.
you bought Chinese.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know when I bought it that
Well.
that's where it was going to come from. I literally, it did not say that at all. The only place I could find Pikachu, a blanket specific for that, was at Walmart. And so, but they didn't have them in the stores. But they said you can order online and it'll be there in like 5 days, 4 days, whatever it was. So it was quick. So I was like, oh, that works. That's what I'll do then. Well, I ordered it, and the one of them, what is that one called?
The other
Among
one?
Us or
Among
something?
Us,
Among
yeah.
Us. That came super quick. Just like it said in the thing. Not the other one. Yeah. Came from China.
Pokemon's dangerous, I guess.
Yeah, Pokemon is.
And it's in a clear bag, vacuum packed, the whole 9 yards. But they kept that thing for almost like 2 or 3 weeks. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, insane. But we have it now. So, and you'll get to take them home to them today.
They'll love
So,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one we were.
I literally
Missing.
handed them each a piece of paper and a pencil like last week, I think.
Last week, yeah.
Yep. And I was like, all right, I have, my family, it's right around time to start asking what people want for Christmas, And so my family all knows that we have a big family anyway, but they know that we've taken in these extras. And so they're like, well, we need a little extra time, so give me everyone's wish list,
Yeah.
And so we gave them a piece of paper, gave them a pen, and we said there can be 2 to 3 expensive things to choose from, but make the rest of your list reasonable, And I was like, because it's not just a list for Santa, it's a list for everybody to spread out. And the 4, of course, I do this for my kids every year. They all do wish lists, but the 4 foster kids, they looked at us and they were like, "What is this?" And so I explained to her. I said, "It's a wish list. You put down on the wish list, what you want." And they were like, "We've never done this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Well, do you know what you want for Christmas?" And they're like, "We haven't had a Christmas in like years." So I don't know, but I'm not sure if the youngest one even really knows what Christmas is. So we're really hoping to really make these kids' first actual Christmas like mind-blowing, like almost like a Home Alone Christmas,
I mean, it was the other day, I think we went to McDonald's, and the oldest one said we were spoiling them, and we didn't need to do that no more.
Yeah, I bought him a hamburger and fries.
But it was just a normal, we're
And
out,
he's
let's
like,
get
"You're
some lunch real
spoiling me."
quick,
And I'm like, "Buddy, we're just driving. We're just driving through. We're hungry."
Getting something to eat.
Yeah. And he's like, "It's been 3 years since I've had a hamburger from McDonald's."
Yeah.
And it means a lot that, like the little things they appreciate, because in a way I wish my kids would appreciate all the little things that I do for them, but that's their normal.
Right, that goes out the window.
Right, yeah.
They don't even
They're
know
like,
that.
"Oh yeah,
That's all-
Mom will buy us a
I mean,
new one."
yeah,
or,
yeah. She'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad will figure it out. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that happens to the best of us, even adults.
Yeah.
You forget about.
And it really makes me take a moment to step back and appreciate everything that we do have, that we do kind of somewhat take advantage of. These kids, when they were with Mom, they didn't have a car. So now they're like, "Oh my gosh, we don't have to walk everywhere. We can just go in the car to go to the store. We don't have to haul 4 bags of groceries back home." And so just taking a moment to realize what these kids went through, and everything that is normal for us is a vacation for them, because 2 months ago we were sitting here being like, "Oh man, life is rough," and complaining about this or that, and then these 4 kids kind of ended up in our lap, and we're like, wow, kind of kicking ourselves, being like, life was not rough for us, and
We actually had it kind of good at the
we
right
had
time.
it good. Yeah, we still have it good.
Still have it good,
and his family has reached out and helped us with clothes for them.
Which has been really
And
nice.
my dad brought over his dogs. He has two purebred Great Dane dogs, so he brought them over to show them because we're like, yeah, my dad has like horse dogs, and they're huge, they're big, but they're friendly and lovely, and the kids all had fun with that. Took a whole bunch of pictures. They're like, oh my God, they're so big.
Yeah.
They didn't believe us at all when I said they were big.
Oh my gosh, the slobber everywhere.
So how have you two adjusted? I mean, that's a big change.
Yeah.
You almost doubled the size of your family.
Free time's gone pretty much.
Yeah. So
No free time.
yeah, we don't get a whole lot of time together.
Yeah.
With just him and I. Like right now, we have a babysitter watching the baby because that was just going to be a mess.
Yeah.
So we don't get a whole lot of time with just him and I, which is whatever. You know, like we had the baby. So, like, even when his kids go to mom's house and my kids go to dad's house, we still had a child at home.
Yep.
So, it's not like we ever had a day of
Now
no
you just
response.
have 5 at home
Right.
still.
Yeah.
Right. So, now it's just, like, there have been stressors added. Like, you know, food is a stressor right now.
Getting used to how much do you like, you know, I guess eat and plate out and stuff.
Yeah,
and
portion sizing
portion
and,
sizes.
like,
We used to not
budgeting.
matter about that. We'd make it whatever we wanted and it would just throw leftovers
Yeah,
away.
that you could go in for seconds and stuff like that. And which, you know, it'll help once the food stamp thing, you know, kicks over. Because we went in to talk to them and they're like, oh, well, because mom got benefits for all 4 kids that she didn't have at the time, they're not going to give us any for this month. So we're on our own. Mm-hmm. And we've already...
It's a lot to figure out.
Oh, yeah. Considering we get a decent amount for the kids that we get, and we have almost that amount added to it. So,
You definitely think of new meals.
yeah,
And ways to
and
do stuff.
we're only a 1-income family.
Yep.
So,
Which you would
it's-
have to
tough.
be. I mean,
Yeah, at this point.
I can't imagine daycare.
No.
No.
I mean, daycare for 1 or 2 kids is astronomical. I
Yeah.
can't imagine.
Right,
Just finding
daycare,
a spot for all
yeah.
that too.
right. And so, you know, I work as much as I can, and I pay the bills, and I go to all the appointments. Like, it's super hard not to use their names.
Yeah.
The youngest one,
Yeah. Yeah.
the youngest one, when we brought him to the dentist, he was flabbergasted. He needs like 7 extractions
7, I believe. I think 6
and
silver teeth.
5 or 6 silver caps. So like every tooth in his mouth needs to be worked on. He-
Nice.
yeah,
He's nervous
it's
and
bad.
scared for a first dentist appointment. That's not
It's
how you
terrible.
want it to be.
Yeah.
No.
And it's gonna kind of scar you in a way, I think.
Yeah.
But
And I went to call to make a dentist appointment for the 2 older boys at the same place that I had made the 2 younger ones, but because the 2 older ones had not been there in the last 3 years, they were no longer patients. So I then had to call around to see who was accepting new patients, who was accepting Medicaid.
Where you could get them seen.
Right.
Yeah.
And so thankfully, I got them in. And thankfully, it's in Northfield. So it's somewhat local.
Yeah.
And they're getting seen in December. So it's like I don't have to wait 6 months, which is also good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of stress. But I think, honestly, him and I have just, you know, we both really, like, worked in kitchens a lot, and we used to work together. And so we kind of know,
high pace.
like, I'll lead. I'm the leader. I'm the boss. And
No way.
yeah.
Geez, surprise, you know?
And it's kind of like ADHD, where I'll put something down, he'll come up and he'll pick up all the scraps kind of that I leave behind.
finish it.
Yeah.
And together it works. And neither one of us could do this on our own.
No way. Absolutely no way.
Right. So you're a team,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, and in a way I think it's helped in a way because it helped us realize what we had, and it's kind of brought us closer
Yeah,
in
I'd
a
say
way.
definitely brought us closer for sure.
Yeah, because we just kind of hunkered down and put our focus where it needed to be and forgot all the other petty problems that we thought we may have had, and here we are.
So
Yeah.
having
Or-
them kind of has done us a lot of good as well. Having them, it's taught
Oh
me a
yeah.
lot.
Oh yeah,
So about
it's,
myself
yeah,
and
about
everything.
our parenting and where we can, you know, flex and ease and maybe get, you know, trying to teach these kids that had no rules, trying to let them, follow the rules that we have set for our kids.
Which has got to be tough. Yeah. And that's where you got to get into, if they're totally not used to any rules and they come into structure, that's got to be tough even on your kids. Where your kids are saying, wait, this one, yeah.
Right. And I think, honestly, they've been super good about it. The only one that right now we're starting to kind of tie back on is the extra snacks. So, like I said before, when we got them, they were severely underweight. Mm-hmm. And so the doctors looked at us and said, let them eat. That's not a problem.
What we did at first.
We got food, let them eat,
Yeah.
And so whenever, we have a routine with our kids. And, they know that they get one healthy snack. And when I say healthy, I mean a fruit, a veggie, yogurt, or cheese stick. Those are your 4 options. You don't want any of that, you're good to go. Mm-hmm. But we would let these kids kind of have like an extra meal, if they were hungry, because they needed to bulk up. And so our kids were like, but they're getting a sandwich, how come I have an apple?
Yep.
And we're like, because they need the extra calories, they need the extra protein, and it, depending on the age of the kid, we'd explain it to their level.
Right.
But
yep.
We're starting to slow that back now that they're starting to gain that weight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But all the other rules, they're pretty good about, they'll brush their teeth before bed. That was the first hard one, but we've gotten over that hurdle.
Do you have 1 bathroom?
2 bathrooms.
We have 2.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank the Lord, right?
Thank the Lord. Yep. Thank goodness for that. I can't even imagine.
It still backs up, though. We still have a line.
Every morning.
Every morning is a line.
Oh, I bet.
Both directions. We're like, oh, gosh. Get in line, take a number. Showers, we have to divvy up shower days.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, I wish I knew how to be like an extreme couponist, because those guys could teach you tips on like big bulky stuff, and I don't know how to like shop bulk and like prepare things like that. But
it's like the small things like toilet paper, shampoo.
I know,
you don't know how much to get until it's gone already. Like,
right.
oh,
And then
yeah. And it, like he said, we pretty much doubled in size, and it happened overnight. So we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into.
Learning on the fly.
Pretty much. Yeah. And I think that's kind of what we've done since we got together. But
and really maybe that's the best way. I mean, it's to take it one day, one moment at a time if you need to, and just so that you don't have these expectations, and then there's nothing to be angry about, right? If you don't have an expectation of it, then
and that's kind of like, where the older boys are at. Like, they used to ask, is mom gonna call or whatever.
Yeah.
And now we don't, because she has called 1 time since Friday.
Yeah, so she calls, and if she visits, she visits, but it's not something that you can't plan on it. Nobody can plan on it. You just have to be happy if she does.
Yeah. Right.
And, or, like, okay, great, she called, but you also still have to be able to deal with that call, because you know that when it does come, that you're going to, you must fall back every time, still, at this point.
Which is what we're trying to talk to DCF about, which I think, honestly, Rachel, she's great. Rachel's the DCF worker. She's great. She is so lovely. She understands, because we told her, we're like, this is like pouring alcohol on a wound every time. It's like taking a Band-Aid and having the scab come with it. Like, these kids are fine all day. All day. They can go, at this point, we don't talk about if mom's going to call at this point. Like, if they'll come and ask us, we'll answer it, but we don't mention it. Mm-hmm. And they've gone the last 3 days without an issue. Bedtime has not been an issue. We'll read stories, we'll watch a movie, we'll have popcorn, whatever it may be. Yeah. And bedtime is bliss. Like, that's where we've gotten it. Mm-hmm. But when she does call, like you said, there's always that setback, which is fine, and it takes time, and we'll deal with that, and we will show them coping mechanisms and trying to talk it through, depending on their age. The older boys, they get angry, and they stomp out the door, and they'll sit at the picnic table. That's fine. Take your space.
Yeah.
You're old enough. You can be mad. And that, I've been there. My mother was an addict. I used to feel for a long time, even into adulthood, why is this happening? Why does my mom choose this, or this over me? Like, it's when I was a kid, I was like, it's real simple. I'm your kid. I'm supposed to come first.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense to me. So I know firsthand what these kids are going through, but I need to let them come to me when they're ready. And then just kind of provide a safe outlet for them to be able to deal with whatever they're dealing with.
I don't know if you know, but and I'll share it with you after because I don't have it right here in front of me. But the Turning Point Center in Barrie has just started a family group.
Oh, really?
So, or it's going to start November 1st, I believe it is, or the first week in November. I'm actually going to go. And I think it's great that we finally have something like that around here.
Yeah.
And if, obviously you're probably not going to want to bring all the kids, but if, the two older ones, I'll transport them if they want to go.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go, or, I'll help get them there so that maybe they can, get some help and
talk.
learn that they're not all by themselves and stuff too in all of this.
And
that's hard
that's how
too.
they
There's
feel,
a
I
stigma.
think.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to express their feelings, and they haven't been able to do it for a while, the correct way. So they have to deal with everything a lot differently how they've done it.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to find new ways to express it.
Yeah.
Because, doing what they have done has not worked for them.
And the 14-year-old, his birthday he's going to be 15 on November 2nd.
He's excited.
And we asked him what he wanted to do, and he wants to go to Get Air. And I told him that we will do everything we can to make sure that, we're able to bring you there.
Yeah.
And we asked him if he had any friends that he wants to bring, because he's never had a birthday party. And he said, well, I only really have one left at this point. And I was like, why? And he's like, because all my other friends smoke, and I don't want to be around that because I can't smoke anymore. And the immense amount of proud that I am for this 14-year-old boy to remove himself from that group of friends because he knows that he doesn't want to do that and he's not allowed to do that anymore is just amazing. Like, especially being in the situation he's in.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
So I really want to give him kudos because he's so smart. So he's going to have a really good time this weekend or next weekend with his friend. Awesome.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Are there other needs? I mean, currently, other than, you guys, you need food.
We need food, yeah.
We need help with food right now. But are there any other needs or any other services or anything that you think would be beneficial to you all?
I don't think so. Really just food. Like, I've some friends on Facebook have reached out and they're like, oh, I have a couple extra packs of hamburger in my freezer or whatever. So, like, if anybody has anything like that, any extra food or whatever, meat is big, like chicken, hamburger, school snacks. Obviously, we have a bunch of kids in school. We all got to pack their lunches. Sandwiches are big. So, like, any sort of food items is huge. And then I think just winter gear, which we're going to be talking about. The younger ones haven't,
I think, already.
Yeah, it's just winter gear for the older ones. We have all the winter gear for the young ones, but snow's coming soon. And especially the 14-year-old in his alternative program, they work in a garage, and that garage door's open a lot.
And they're outside a lot, too. So.
Yeah, so he's going to need a nice Carhartt jacket or some sort of, like, thermal jacket and some boots.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, he showed a lot of improvement since he's been there. He's really good with his hands.
And gas cards, too. Those would help.
Yeah, but he's really good with his hands. He's shown a lot of improvement with his...
A lot.
How he acts in general. His anger he had before he came here is a lot different than now.
It's like 360.
A lot better. And I feel like he's more active in the things that he does with school. And he's starting to bring some of that home.
Yeah, and the excitement about it. Like, before, he would, you see him, and he always wears his tunic or his beanie. And, his hair is really long, and he'd always kind of be, like, kind of shelled in. And now, he gets out of the car and he comes inside and he's like, "Hey, Katie, guess what I did at school today?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, my blossoming flower." I was like, "What did you do at school?" And he's like, "Oh, we got the bike started up, but it just stalls out." And I'm like, "Well, buddy, you got to work on that starter, or you got to work on whatever it is that you need to work on." He's like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that, like, I've seen him smile more in the last, 2 weeks than I have in the whole 5 years that I've been with TJ. And, we obviously go over there and, like, stop in and say hi, not for very long, but he's coming out of his shell, I think, which is good. I think he feels comfortable and he's realizing that it's okay.
Yeah, every time one of us leave or they go outside and play, even if it's multiple times a day, every time they'll say, "I love you, have a good time, bye, and just be safe and stuff." It's every time, so they're like,
yeah, which was a little bit weird.
It's new, 'cause our own kids don't say it that much.
Yeah, our own kids don't say that. Like, they're like, "Mom, I'm going to go ride my bike." I'm like, "Okay." And then these kids will be like, "All right, I'm going to go out for a walk. I love you. Bye." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Like, these kids love us, you know, and that feels good for us because that's our paycheck, right?
And we're doing something right. So.
They're safe.
They're safe and they're comfortable, and you can see it and just hear it in their voice. And they come running in with artwork that they did at school, or,
One of them gave me a book the other day, actually. They got from school. They found one that they bring home. They thought I would like it, so they brought it home for me. So it's very nice.
And family game nights. Oh my gosh, Monopoly is just you just lose friends at that point. So we have so many feuds going on. It's like family feud at the Jarvis house.
Yeah. For sure. Well, keep us posted. I'd love to see the wish list for Christmas.
Yeah, I can send them to you because we would love anyone that wants to, like, adopt our family or adopt one of these kids for Christmas and help give them, like, a Home Alone Christmas. That's our goal. Yeah. And because I don't know.
You said so some of the kids go to school in Barrie?
Right. So out of the 10 kids that we have, they go to 6 different schools. Okay. Brace yourself.
It's a big problem.
Brace yourself for this. Okay, so my kids, one of them goes to the elementary school, and then the 2 other ones go to the middle high school, which is in the same district, just 2 different schools, right? 2 different principals, 2 different people you have to talk to. His kids goes to Barrie City and Spalding. And then the foster children, the 2 younger ones go to Barrie City. One of them goes to the C program, and then one of them's going to go to Youth Build.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking because of Christmas for kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did sign up for Angel Tree. We did that yesterday. They said anything under $50. One of the kids really wants a new bike. So I told them that, and they were like, maybe we get donations, and it's hard to tell. But I know bikes normally are more than $50.
Yep.
But we have 2 guys that are very outdoorsy.
Oh yeah, big time. Big
time outdoorsy, and the 14-year-old, like, his birthday, like I said, is the 2nd, and he really wants a new fishing pole. So that's going to be his big birthday thing, I think.
He went to my tackle box, got all the cool lures.
You better not be listening.
Yeah. That's the goal.
But I mean, we got him a pair of socks, like a package of socks and underwear and a couple things. I mean, when we got this original phone call, it's not like we had a bunch of money saved up. We were
right. You weren't ready.
We were not ready. Okay, we did not plan.
But I mean, this happens a lot.
Yes, and that's the other.
And we hope it happens more because it's so much better for them to be able to go to family than, like you say, to a stranger.
Right.
My very good friend Renee has all of her grandchildren, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, and like you say, just the emotional part of it alone is a ton, and so the support that is needed, and there's such a crisis as far as foster families go anyway right now, being able to find people.
Well, and it's a pretty, the fact that it happens so much, it's almost one of those things where, like, you should talk about it with your kids, because the amount of bullying that happens in school and you don't know what these kids are going through. You don't know if they're going home to mom and dad, or if they're going home to aunt and uncle, or if they're going home
what they're going home to.
Or what they're going home to. You know, like school might be their best place to be because that's where they get to eat. You know, and these kids they've dealt with it all, and they used to live up in Green Acres, which is a huge fishbowl for that sort of thing anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean now, you know, we own our own house, but it's in a trailer park, which there's goods and bads of that, you know, but it's kind of a secluded trailer park, and all the little trailer park kids kind of all play together, and we all do birthday parties together.
Where I was when I was young was Limehurst, way back when.
Oh, yeah.
When, and some of the best memories ever in my life were there, and I remember very little about my childhood, but I remember everything there, everything, because we had the circle, we rode our bikes, we went sliding, we did this, we did that, and but you had to stay within the park,
right,
and we were little too. We weren't I think we moved out of there when I was 7. So we're talking about, you know, I was like 5 years old, kindergarten. We could run up the road 3 houses to Valerie White's, because she lived there with her parents and her mom and grandmother, and you know, and the Fectos. Dan and they owned that trailer park at that time, way back when, and in the 70s, and it's a really cool experience in that situation,
right,
where you know you have your own little, I don't know what you want to call it, but your own little tribe kind of
pretty
thing
much
there.
Yeah,
it's nice.
A football team basically.
Yeah, that's what people, you know, my dad said. He's like, you got a football team going now, and I'm like, you know, when all the boys are old enough, they're gonna play football. We got an empty space over here.
8 boys.
Yeah, we have 8 boys and we have 2 girls, and it's fun.
Bless your heart. I don't know. I'm still impressed that you can call it fun, because I don't know. You have
boys
way
are fun.
more nerve
you
than
know,
me.
you get dirty and you work on cars and you throw a football, and then you got
That is
girls
true.
who are just
I still
moody.
feel kind of young.
Yeah,
so.
moody.
Girls are moody.
That I agree with.
'Cause I have 2 boys, and growing up, that was, you know, when they were growing up, it was always, we went fishing, and, you know, they wanted to learn to hunt and all that.
Yep.
You know, and their mom would come along with us for stuff like that, but boys are fun.
Boys are fun.
They are.
I'm looking forward to this winter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So.
The personality differences between all of them, it's almost like the pieces kind of fit together in the puzzle, you know, like, especially now that the newness has wore off, and they all know the routine now, you know, they're all like, okay, this is shower night for me, and in the morning you got to get up because everyone's running around packing their bags, and the attitude has died down quite a bit.
Yeah.
The older one is still.
In the morning, it's not great.
Yeah, he don't
as
like
always.
mornings.
He's not
The older
morning
one does not
person.
like mornings, but he hasn't been to school in over a year.
Yeah.
You know, so he's
Oh,
not used to
goodness.
having to get up. But we talked to Jesse, and he's going to start
November 17th, I believe.
November
is it?
17th. That's when Youth Build is starting. And he did his essay and he did his interview, and he got accepted into that. And so we're really excited.
He was really nervous not getting in there, so.
Oh yeah, he was like, I have to do this. I have to get this done. I got to get my life on track, and you know, all of that panic.
He's been on that
and-
too. He's been really on getting his life put together.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So-
That's good. He's got goals set.
Yeah, he don't
Yeah.
want to waste his time, but he still wants to use his last year of being a kid still, he says.
Yeah.
So
And-
he's going Halloween trick-or-treating this year.
oh yeah, he wants to go trick or treating, and he wants to dress up, and he
just wants to be a kid.
Yeah.
he does, because he'll have these outbursts, which I think might be because of his Asperger's, you know, or just trauma just coming out, you know. But he'll be like, this is all my mom's fault, and I hate my mom, and she just ruined our life, and she didn't set us up for anything but failure, and like all of these comments, and we'll just sit back and we'll let him say it.
Right, you have
Yeah,
to.
it's
Yeah,
hard,
because it's almost like word vomiting. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you just need to get that out, because all of that is in his brain, and that's what his brain is thinking. And then so like when he'll go on his rant and he'll pace back and forth, and so when he finally sits down, we're like, okay,
That's a conversation.
Right. Like, we understand how you feel, Gage. We understand how you feel, and we accept that feeling because that feeling is very valid. And I would feel the exact same way. But just know that we have so many people trying to help your mom, and we have so many people here to help you, and you are loved, and you matter, and you are here to do such good things in your life, because it's not your job to make sure that mom is okay.
Yeah.
It's mom's job to make sure that you're okay.
Right, and she'll either get it together or she won't, and if she
Right.
doesn't, you'll be safe here with us. And,
Right.
And that's
That's that. We'd had somewhat of that conversation with them because we think that it's going to be, we have predictions that it's going to be a longer term stay than what the kids think.
Just on how things are going. Yeah.
Well, I hope that it's at least a year.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Yeah.
But a year because from the time that she starts getting help.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like
you need to work on yourself for a whole lot of time before you get to just step in that role of being a mom again.
Right.
And then you got to
have
mend
bridges.
that fence.
Yeah.
she's gotta mend with
You don't
them,
just
too.
step back into it.
Right.
And there are programs that do it. I mean, Jenna's Promise is a great place, and that's aftercare, of course. That's getting
Right.
into a program where it helps you build your life and learn skills and get a job and, live on your own and learn how to function before you start
Right.
taking over as a parent. There are plenty of programs to do it, and I would hope that no one would ever force that. I know it's always great to, they say it's best to have them back with their parents, but no, it's not. You can just keep re-traumatizing someone by doing that. And so I hope that it doesn't happen anytime soon.
Right.
And definitely not until she's gotten help for at
Need
least
to
a solid
prove
year.
herself a little bit.
Right. And that's what
Yeah.
the older one said. He's like, I don't want to even talk to her until she shows me that she's doing some sort of effort because it's not fair. And I told him, I was like, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I was like, and everything that you're saying is justified because it's not fair.
And it's his right to make that request at this
Right.
point.
And
Yeah.
mom's response was that she wanted to see changes in him before she started changing. And we were like, changes in what? Because this young man right here has done everything pretty much for you for the last 5 years almost, so that you could go and do what you needed to do or wanted to do. And now this poor boy has
He's missed out
so
on
much
so much.
trauma. He's missed out on friends. He's missed out on pretty much from the time he was 14 till 17. He's
Yeah.
missed out on because he was babysitting and cooking dinner and doing dishes and making sure he
The
could
best he could.
the best he could at 14 years old, pretty much. And now,
Yeah.
like, the first couple days he was at our house, he went to get up to do the dishes. And I was like, what are you
trying
doing?
to do stuff. I was like, what are you doing, man?
And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I was doing the dishes. And I was like, buddy, I was like, that's my job. I was like, sit down. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, what do you want me to do? What do I need to do? He's like, I got to keep my keep around here. And I'm like, buddy, I was like, you know what I want you to do? I was like, I want you to go play a video game. I was like, I want you to be a kid. I was
Yeah.
like, we have Fortnite, we got a PS5, we got, Call of Duty or Borderlands. I was like, what are you into? And he found that Borderlands and he found Pokemon. He went right to it. And he was like, oh my gosh. He told the brother that stayed with mom that first night that the brother got here, he's like, you're going to love it, man. He's like, it's nothing like home.
Yeah.
There's a TV in each room, so they like that.
They have that. We don't have cable or nothing, but I pay for like Netflix and Hulu. So
Yep.
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Does anybody have cable anymore? I don't know.
I know. I
most
don't
been a
people
while
understand how
for us.
stream
Spectrum
now.
and Dish stay in
Yeah,
business.
most people stream now.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And then the internet goes out and you hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
You're
that
like, oh
goes,
gosh.
you
Yeah.
All the kids come
Especially
running.
in Northfield,
Oh,
right?
bad in
The
Northfield.
internet
Yeah.
is so
Slow.
bad.
Yeah, we just had Richard Wabi in here, and he was talking about, it's still the old, what do you say,
Oh,
the
he said
party
he's-
lines
he
and
has
the,
a dial phone.
yeah, yeah. So, but hey, so we're gonna let you go for now, but
Sure.
please keep us posted and
Yeah.
let us know, let me know if we can help. Get me the wish lists, and
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
talk about, we have holidays coming up, and we have, there's a lot going on as far as how do you feed
Right. And I
10,
know they do
12
like
people for
Thanksgiving meals or something. Right?
Thanksgiving and yeah, those sorts of things. And so, you know, you and I will keep in touch and
of
we'll
course.
talk and then it would just so that we can update like what this process is and because it's not as easy as okay, I went to court once, this is what's happening, and you know, at some point we might have to talk about this again. You're literally actively having to do this on a daily basis,
Yes,
and
we
you're in
check in with
contact with the
DCF
teams,
every Monday.
and yeah. So, yeah, keep us posted.
Yes, we will. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for coming. Anything from you, Mr. Jeffrey?
No, it's chilly out.
It is chilly out. It's definitely
It's sunny
chilly
but
out.
chilly. It's
Yeah.
changing.
I agree. I don't want it to change, but it certainly is. I'd rather it didn't, but
Well,
yeah,
can't stop it.
here we are.
Yep.
So take care, everyone. Tune in. Let's see. Tomorrow morning will be Right Side Up. You don't want to miss that. And keep your eyes open. There's a new podcast coming on daily that will be at noon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but from 11 to 11:45 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So take care. Have a great rest of your day. Get outside and enjoy some time out there. If you can, if you dare.